Have you ever been debating whether you should hit a third shot drive or a third shot drop? What if I told you that there's actually a third option, the drip? Today, we're going to be breaking down the third shot drip and telling you exactly when, how, and why you should be using the third shot drip. Stay tuned to take your game to the 5.0. We first need to talk about how to hit the drip. So for this shot, you want to think about shortening your backswing so like it's a dink and extending your follow through like it's a drive. For right now, we're going to go 10 balls. I'm going to go 10 down the line and then 10 cross court. We're going to do both the forehand and backhand side. Okay.
Sound right?
Yep. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make sure as you're doing the forehand drip, you're accelerating through the ball like you would a drive. The biggest part to this is just making sure that you're cutting out that backswing. Imagine you want to think about letting the ball meet your paddle and then accelerating your follow through. Try not to start your swing when the ball is too far in front of you. It's going to feel like you have a lot more control when the ball is about to meet your paddle.
Show my cross foot.
One more. Oh, close. All right, we did 10 balls on the forehand side, going down the line and cross court. Switch it now, we'll go backhand side. Okay, so now we need to talk about when to use this shot. So a majority of the time, this shot is going to be used when your opponents are switching or if your opponent is late getting to the kitchen line. This is the best ball to use because it's not a drive to where you're swinging and aiming for the baseline, and it's also not a drop, right? If you hit a drop and your opponent is in the transition zone, you're giving them way too much court to work with, right? Our goal, the name of the game, is get the ball down to the feet. So if your opponent is late getting to the kitchen line, hopefully our goal with this is to catch them in the transition zone. One thing to note as you're doing this, something that's going to help you beat them to the kitchen line is trying to take the ball early. So majority of the time, right, when I'm swinging and I'm trying to hit the ball in the strike zone, I'm waiting for the ball to drop for the second bounce before I swing. On this shot, you're going to want to take what we call on the rise. So as soon as this ball bounces, I'm looking to short hop or take the ball on the rise. That way, I'm beating Brad right now to the kitchen line. So for this drill, how this is gonna work is one player is serving, the other is returning. Right now, we're having Brad return. So as soon as he returns, he is then going to switch over to the left-hand side and move forward. I am then going to hit a drip down the line. After that, we play it out live. For the sake of the drill, I'm gonna have Brad hit his returns a little bit shorter than what I hope he would do in a real game. All right, but that way I can work on taking the ball early and trying to take time away from Brad. All right, let's do it. I wasn't ready for it though, Brad. Not a bad play. Ooh, try. Look at these drips. Yeah, there we go. Okay, notice the 3 rallies that I've actually done well every single time. I'm catching Brad right as he's moving forward. The ball is getting to his feet, and he's having to scoop that ball up on the rise. That's exactly what I'm looking for. One thing, so if your opponents are stacking, you want to make sure when you're serving, really try to pull them out wide, right? Because they're going to have to unwind that stack. If you can get them moving out wide to start, right away you're at a huge advantage, and that line is going to be wide open. Right now, since I know Brad is unwinding the stack, I'm really focusing on going after my serve, trying to get a little bit more behind the ball. That way, I know Brad is going to hit a short return, and I can look to take advantage and take time away from him. If you feel like you're struggling on your third shot or you're never getting the opportunity to hit a drip, that probably tells you maybe instead of working on your third shot, you actually need to try to go for your serve more. The serve is the one shot you have total control over, so you want to make sure you're taking full advantage of that and going after your serve.
Okay.
Try. There you go. Yep. Rip it. Oh. Nice. Good shift. Sorry, Brad.
Okay.
Cool. There we go, right? Especially when you're having a side switch like that. That's a dirty serve. That's tough. Remember, guys, as you're doing this drill, we're looking to take this ball on the rise and take it early. So as soon as that ball bounces, as soon as Brad's return bounces on my side, I'm looking to take that ball as early as possible. Make sure, though, you're not rushing with your feet, right? I don't want to be running through this shot as it's bouncing, right? I'm trying to take the ball early, but make sure your feet are set when you're swinging. We'll try one more winner takes all. No! All right, everyone, our last and final drill today is mix and drip. So how this works is Brad is going to be the feeder from the baseline. I am also starting at the baseline. Okay, we're going cross court here. All right, so Brad is feeding the ball into me. All right, I am going to be driving my first shot. Okay, so make sure I'm getting that paddle all the way back, take a full swing at the ball. Brad is then hitting another drive back to me cross court. All right, now the caveat here is Brad cannot start to move in until his ball bounces on my side. Okay, so as soon as the ball bounces, he can start to move forward. The reason I'm doing this is to make sure that Brad is a little bit late getting in. This allows me to now utilize the drip, and then from there, we're gonna play it out live cross court. The reason we're doing this drill is I see this at the amateur level daily. What happens a lot of times is, let's say Brad over there hits a great return, all right, but he stands and admires his shot, right? So he stays at the baseline. I have no reason to hit a drip. Instead, I should just drive that ball back to the baseline, okay? It's really important to recognize where your opponents are moving to, right? If they're not moving at all, just play the ball back to them. Remember, the name of the game is get the ball down to the feet. Now, if Brad starts to creep in a little bit, that's when I want to utilize the drip. So I love this drill because it allows you to work on changing your swings and getting comfortable using both the drive and the drip. Yep. See. Oh, that would have been nasty. Oh, I missed it.
Oh.
Hey. Nothing.
Nice, good play.
Oh.
See.
Rookie.
Oh, you had me. Out.
And
Oh.
you.
Oh. Oh, clip it. Thank you all for tuning in this week. Drop a comment if you learned anything new here or if you want to see something new for next week. Make sure to also like, subscribe, and turn on that bell for post notifications so you see our videos every single Friday. Right now, our goal is to get to 5,000 subscribers. It would be a huge help if you could help us on this journey. We'll see you all again next Friday.